Cheers. Welcome back to Triple B Farm Outdoors.
STB production.
Yeah, that's an inside joke. You're going to have to read about that in the line below. Not very often we get to do this, man. Shooting a wrap-up video on the same day that we make a kill.
Right.
So, you're on the board?
Finally.
Nice.
After 2 years.
So, today, let's talk about today.
Okay. Where you want to start?
I'd start with, it was a cold, windy morning. That's what I'd start with.
What, 42?
Yeah.
42 degrees, 10 to 15 mile an hour winds consistently. And they weren't all blowing. It was kind of shifting around.
I mean, gusts were probably pushing 20.
Oh, at least.
Yeah.
So Ryan came down to hunt with us this morning. Pretty much I was going to let him kill today. I told him I didn't really care if I killed a doe. Ryan wanted to kill a doe, so I let him pick his favorite stand, which he did.
Yeah. Let's take a step back though. Hunt-wise was 99% today for probability of seeing deer, probability of movement.
Mm-hmm.
And stubby stand was 100%. And I think killing tree was still in the 70s.
Yeah,
but we have a food plot back there and we're seeing deer back there all the time, right?
Right.
Yeah.
And that's his favorite stand. So
It is.
All right, it's Monday the 14th of October at 8:30 in the morning. It's a high probability day, and we're sitting in the best stand. That's Stubby. Hey, Bobby. Guy's scary looking. So, first time we've sat in the double stand where I can videotape him. So, we've already seen 3 out in the food plot. Big deal, and I think a couple yearlings, so we'll see how it goes. But, yeah.
maybe 15 to 30 minutes after daylight. It wasn't quite well enough to see all the way across the field, but we saw a deer walking from the bottom of the field going to the top.
And the stubby stand is 40 yards from the field, 30 yards from the field, something like that, so we can see out in the field, but we're back in the woods enough.
It walked all the way across the field, went straight in the woods, didn't stop, didn't feed, just walked. 10 to 15 minutes later, 2 does came out of the turkey trail from the direction that deer went, ran back out into the field. They didn't hang around. They went all the way across the field to the bottom.
And I'm guessing it's the wind. The wind probably had them spooked.
They were very nervous acting all morning, every deer we saw. We go on, what, maybe an hour?
Yeah, at least.
Dead. Nothing. Hour and a half. Ryan has deer come on.
Yeah.
2 does.
First he had 2 does fly by him.
Yes.
50 mile an hour, and then he had 2 come into the food plot back there.
The smaller one walked right by him. The bigger one, he said, skirted the edge of the trail in through the woods. He had no shot, so he just watched them in the food plot for a while. And that was pretty much when it got dead for us up front. We didn't have nothing happening. And then Mark looks up and
of a sudden,
Mark looks up and says, a deer just ran out of turkey trail all the way across the field. And I turned.
on a bullet. She was screaming.
So I stand up to look out into the field, and I see the bigger doe step out. She comes out kind of at a trot, walks past the opening we're at, turns around, comes back up to where she just came out of the field, or out into the field, and then turns and starts walking right down the trail we're on. I turn, grab my bow. Mark's fumbling around with the camera.
All I hear is, here she comes, here she comes. And I'm like, I couldn't figure out how to get the camera running. I couldn't find out where the record button was. It was a mess.
He had a moment in the tree.
I did.
She stops at 14 yards. I've been tracking this deer for 15 yards probably. Had my pin on her. Was just waiting on the opportunity. She walks in, 14 yards, stops, looks straight up in the tree at us. I just touched the trigger on the release. She runs 45 yards and does a flip-flop somersault in the woods. Done. He said, I didn't record any of that.
You're like, what's the point of having a cameraman in your stand if he can't run the camera?
And you'll see that in the interview. He recorded an interview with me, so I guess he made himself valuable somehow.
Anyway, you had the Tacticam on.
I did have my Tacticam on, so we did get video of the shot, but it's a Tacticam, and that video is what it is.
Yeah, but here's that video.
She done.
Yeah, she's done right there. I didn't get it on camera.
Dude, I heart shot that bitch. Dude, fucking motherfucker. Hey, hey, I got that shit on video.
Oh yeah, oh nice.
So Mark and I come in this morning. We're hunting with Ryan. Mark said, what stand are you going to? I told him. He said, I'm going to go with you because we've got a camera set on that tree. I want to film you today. So early on we saw a couple does and then another doe. Just now he said there's a doe in the field. She walked across the field, came right down the trail.
Let me show them that trail. Here's the trail she ran down.
I shot her at 10 yards.
Right there. And the cameraman couldn't get
I'm
the camera
pretty
on.
sure-
I couldn't get my camera on.
I'm pretty sure it's heart shot. We'll check that in a little bit, but she didn't go 45, 50 yards and fell over. Turned to Mark, went to give him the high five, and he said, I didn't turn either one of the cameras on.
You got your Tacticam on.
I turned my Tacticam on, so apparently I didn't need a cameraman this morning except to film this interview. So
yes,
2 years since I killed a deer, finally got it done.
that was it. The app was 99% mobility hunt wise,
Yeah.
had 99% movement, and this was 100% stand.
Yep.
And she was at, what, 10 yards?
Oh, yeah. I'll tell you exactly what she was
Dude,
at.
this camera's probably shaking. I'm shaking like a leaf.
It says 14 to where she was standing.
Nice.
14 yards.
Boom.
So we're
And
gonna.
they've been making fun of me because I want to go down and get breakfast. Well, by God, I'm going to get breakfast now.
It's time for breakfast.
All right. We love these muddy 1.5 man strongholds. Bam. With a lifeline always attached. Boom. Thick stuff, boy. There she is. Yes! We did all the necessary stuff. We got her out, we got her taken care of, and she's in the cooler right now. She'll hang for a week just like we did with all our deer.
Yep.
Right? But it was fantastic,
It was
right?
awesome. It was
Yeah.
awesome. I have waited.
Oh yeah.
Today's the 14th. Season came in October 1st, and these guys have been wanting me to get out here. It's just been too warm.
Today's your first day in the stand.
First day in the stand. I mean, from the time I climbed up the ladder, 3 hours later, we were dragging the deer out.
And you haven't killed a deer in 2 years.
And I did not kill a deer at all last year.
Yeah.
It was
2 years ago,
2022 the last time I killed a deer. I had several opportunities last year, but I was looking for a certain deer, and I was not going to settle for anything other than
That's another story for another time.
That's another video. We'll take care of that later.
But yeah, it was a great shot. She didn't go far. The app seemed to be working again today. We saw a deer. Ryan saw 5. We saw he saw 4. We saw 5. Yeah.
We saw 5.
Yeah. And then we saw turkeys.
We saw 2 turkeys this evening.
Yeah.
Was hoping to maybe get a buck this evening, but we saw no deer.
Yeah.
So that's hunting.
Yeah, that's hunting.
That's what it
so
is.
nice job. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you very much.
Yeah. Cheers.
It's pretty exciting. Made a heck of a shot on her.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I watched it. I didn't have the camera on, but I watched it. And now I figured out the camera, so we're in much better shape now. But
yeah, when we were in the stand at night, I saw the turkeys coming. Within 2 seconds, he was videoing them. So
yeah,
progress.
That's it. Anyway, hope you enjoyed the video, and we'll catch you on the next one. That one's still on. Yes. I'm shaking like a bitch.
You're shaking like you shot the.
That's awesome.
Did all the necessity things that we had to do.
It was
Necessary.
There you go. There you go.
Are you sure it's recording this time?
Yeah, it's recording this time.